tọkàntọkàn ní tiwa àwa ò lè gbà káwọn kan máa mú wa lẹ́rú òmìnira Yorùbá ló jẹ wá lógún.
nítorí wípé ọmọ Yorùbá ni mo jẹ́ Odùduwà tọkàntọkàn ní tiwa àwa ò lè gbà káwọn kan máa mú wa lẹ́rú òmìnira Yorùbá ló jẹ wá lógún.
nítorí wípé ọmọ Yorùbá ni mo jẹ́ Odùduwà tọkàntọkàn ní tiwa àwa ò lè gbà káwọn kan máa mú wa lẹ́rú òmìnira Yorùbá ló jẹ wá lógún.
ọdún ọlọ́sàn mo fi yín kí ló wá ti jẹ náà èwo ni ká bá ní tọ́ ká bá ní nítọ́ya Yorùbá ní pẹ̀lẹ́ ló bí pẹ̀lẹ́ tó lákọ ojúlarí ọ̀rẹ́ òdekùn ní máa rẹ ní ní nǹkan ẹ̀rín rẹwà jẹ́ a ò fi bínú ẹ̀tún ní ká mórí wá ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ò ní lè wọ̀ kò máa ní lè rọgbọ sófúnmi ṣẹ́ni tó bá tún kò kiri ayíjú padà akòrò ojú sẹ́ni tó ń sún fún bẹ́rù bá ti wá pẹ́ nílé a máa bá lájọ bí àmọ́ olójú òní lájú sílẹ̀ kíta ló bọ́kó sí kàkà kíkìnì ń wá padà ṣàkàkù ẹkùn láyé kíkàlùkù ṣọdẹ lọ́tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ló tọ́.
nítorí fọmọ Yorùbá ni mo jẹ́ Odùduwà tọkàntọkàn ní tiwa àwa ò lè gbà káwọn kan máa mú wa lẹ́rú òmìnira Yorùbá ló jẹ wá lógún.
kò sọ́bọ̀ nídọ̀rí mọ̀ ẹyẹ kọjá lọ́bọ̀ Yorùbá ògọ̀ ọmọládé akíntafọ́ fún gbẹ́mu àlàáfíà ni Yorùbá ń fẹ́ la fi ń fọwọ́ lẹ́rọ̀ àmọ́ tó bá dojú ṣúṣú ìdí láti lánú ẹ bẹ̀tẹ̀ sílẹ̀ ẹ ò pẹ̀tẹ̀ mọ́ àgbọ́lẹ̀ àpalẹ̀ ń pa wọ́n ń pànìyàn wọ́n ń jí ní gbé wọ́n tún ń gbowó rẹpẹtẹ ojoojúmọ́ ni wọ́n fi bá bá nílò pọ̀ kí ló dé wọ́n ń fẹ́ràn wọn jẹ́ kó tiwa wọ́n sọra wọn di bàṣẹ́jẹ́ látọ̀dọ̀ wọn kẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ́n tún gbé délẹ̀ Yorùbá kíṣòbíyà tó wá dègbò olùkọ̀gbé là á ké sí láṣẹ wá ké pa àwọn akọni nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹkú àìsùn ẹkú àìwò Odùduwà gbé gbogbo wa káṣíra wa lóṣooṣù ọwọ́ agbárò kù tíra wa ọ̀gánilásá ọ̀gá la ọmọ Yorùbá títí ayé àìnípẹ̀kun ọ̀gá la ó máa jẹ́.
nítorí fọmọ Yorùbá ni mo jẹ́ Odùduwà tọkàntọkàn ní tiwa àwa ò lè gbà káwọn kan máa mú wa lẹ́rú òmìnira Yorùbá ló jẹ wá lógún.
òmìnira Yorùbá ló jẹ wá lógún
òmìnira Yorùbá ló jẹ wá lógún.
ògo Yorùbá mo wí tèmi ló jẹ mí lógún sẹ́.
òmìnira Yorùbá ló jẹ wá lógún.
ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn iṣẹ́ ti yá ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ ṣe.
òmìnira Yorùbá ló jẹ wá lógún.
ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó pátápátá ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ ṣe o.
òmìnira Yorùbá ló jẹ wá lógún.
ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ àjọṣepọ̀ ló yẹ gbogbo wa.
òmìnira Yorùbá ló jẹ wá lógún.
ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ká sowọ́pọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbé.
òmìnira Yorùbá ló jẹ wá lógún.
ìpínlẹ̀ Oǹdó ẹgbẹ́ra nílẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ ṣe o.
òmìnira Yorùbá ló jẹ wá lógún.
ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì àkọlọ́rọ̀ yìí ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbé.
òmìnira Yorùbá ló jẹ wá lógún.
Kwara lápapọ̀ Odùduwà ló bí gbogbo wa.
òmìnira Yorùbá ló jẹ wá lógún.
ọmọ Odùduwà lápapọ̀ ní gbogbo àgbáyé.
òmìnira Yorùbá ló jẹ wá lógún.
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 ilẹ̀ wa Yorùbá nation ó dára ó lẹ́wà ilẹ̀ òmìnira kò síbikíbi tí a lè wà lórílẹ̀ ayé tí a lè gbàgbé Yorùbá nation jọ̀wọ́ Olúwa mú wa dé ibẹ̀ tọmọtọmọ tọkọtọkọ tayátayá wa kí gbogbo ayé lè mọ̀ wípé ilẹ̀ tiwa ni àwa yóò dé Yorùbá nation jọ̀wọ́ Olúwa ràn wá ní ọwọ́ láti gba ara wa nínú ìnira kò sọ́gbọ́n kọ́gbọ́n tí Nàìjíríà. Nàìjíríà fi lè tàn wá jẹ. Àwa yóò dé Yorùbá nation. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, ilẹ̀ òmìnira, èmi kò jẹ́ gbàgbé rẹ̀. Èmi yóò máa sọ nípa oko rẹ̀, mo fojú sọ́nà sí ilẹ̀ mi. Oh my land, Yorùbá nation, I will always cherish you. I will always fight for your glory. I look forward to you, my land. Yorùbá nation now. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, ilẹ̀ òmìnira, èmi kò jẹ́ ìgbàgbé rẹ̀. Èmi yóò máa sọ nípa ògo rẹ̀, mo fojú sọ́nà sí ilẹ̀ mi. Oh my land, Yorùbá nation, I will always cherish you. I will always fight for your glory. I look forward to you, my land.
Ẹlẹ́ni yóò máa fẹ́, ẹlẹ́ni yóò máa fẹ́, ẹlẹ́ni yóò máa fẹ́, ẹlẹ́ni yóò máa fẹ́. Àsíá o, Yorùbá nation, ẹlẹ́ni yóò máa fẹ́. Àjò ò lè jò, onílé má relé, ẹlẹ́ni yóò máa fẹ́. Àjò ò lè dùn, kó dídẹrẹ́ má rèwọ́, ẹlẹ́ni yóò máa fẹ́. Ilé ẹni kì í bani lẹ́rù mọ́, ẹlẹ́ni yóò máa fẹ́. Ilé gbogbo máa ní tàgbé, ẹlẹ́ni yóò máa fẹ́. Ọmọ Yorùbá, ilé ti yá náà, ẹlẹ́ni yóò máa fẹ́. Àgbájọwọ́ la máa fi sọ̀yà, ẹlẹ́ni yóò máa fẹ́. Ọmọ Yorùbá, ilé ti yá náà, ẹlẹ́ni yóò máa fẹ́. Àsìkò ti tó Yorùbá kárẹ̀lé o, ẹlẹ́ni yóò máa fẹ́. 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 Àsíá o, Yorùbá nation, ẹlẹ́ni yóò máa fẹ́.
BT Creator.
Yorùbá ní mí tọkàntọkàn, ọmọ Odùduwà ní mí. Yorùbá ní mí tọkàntọkàn, ọmọ Odùduwà ní mí. Yorùbá ẹ ronú jinlẹ̀ o, ẹ jẹ́ a jọ fìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan. Dúró lórí Odùduwà nation, òmìnira làwa ń fẹ́. Gbé kíni gbé kájọ gbé, láò fi délẹ̀ ilé rí. Gbé kíni gbé kájọ gbé, láò fi délẹ̀ ilé rí. Lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ olórin ẹ̀sìn, orí àǹdé mo tún dé. Omi balẹ̀ á nípa o, mi ò kí n kọrin lásán. Orin ọ̀tẹ̀ yìí nítumọ̀ òmìnira ló dálé lórí. Ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn kọ́ ní tèyí, mi ò gbọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn wá rárá. Àìlásọ lọ́rùn pàkà sóhun lágbèrò fáwọn kan. Wọ́n fẹ́ máa tẹ̀ wá mẹ́rẹ̀ o, Yorùbá ẹ jẹ́ a gbọ́n. Odùduwà nation ló bá wa Yorùbá pátá. Yorùbá ti lé 70 million wà lè dá dúró. Kí kálukú sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ká mẹ́rẹ̀ ta ó jẹ. Àìṣerú ẹ má sọ wá dẹrú ṣètì gan. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. We shall always fight for our rights. Yorùbá ní mí tọkàntọkàn, ọmọ Odùduwà ní mí. Yorùbá ní mí tọkàntọkàn, ọmọ Odùduwà ní mí. Yorùbá ẹ ronú jinlẹ̀ o, ẹ jẹ́ a jọ fìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan. Dúró lórí
èrò tèmi náà kò orí adé akọrin tábà pín wa tábà lọ tábà lè fìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan òun ló máa pín wa jù tá ò bá fìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan ó máa fìyà jẹ wá gan ó máa fìyà jẹ wá gan tá ò bá dé tún wa lọ tá ò tún fìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan bàbá ń parí ìyá ní Yorùbá ẹja lórí Yorùbá ní tọkàntọkàn ọmọ Odùduwà ní Yorùbá ní tọkàntọkàn ọmọ Odùduwà ní Yorùbá ẹ ronú jinlẹ̀ ẹjẹ́ àjọ fìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan dúró lórí Odùduwà nation òmìnira làwa ń fẹ́ gbé kíni gbé kájọ gbé láwọn fi délẹ̀ ìlérí gbé kíni gbé kájọ gbé láwọn fi délẹ̀ ìlérí. Àwọn tó jà fáwa Yorùbá ẹ kú iṣẹ́ ẹ̀yin má ṣe sí lásán kájọ délẹ̀ ìlérí gbogbo bá nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ fìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan ẹ kú iṣẹ́ ẹ̀yin má ṣe sí lásán kájọ délẹ̀ ìlérí. Ìbà Gani Adams Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò ẹ mọ̀mọ́ kú iṣẹ́ ẹ̀yin má ṣe sí lásán kájọ délẹ̀ ìlérí. Chief Sunday Igboho Òòṣà kú iṣẹ́ ẹ̀yin má ṣe sí lásán kájọ délẹ̀ ìlérí. Gbogbo South Governor ẹ mọ̀mọ́ kú iṣẹ́ ẹ̀yin má ṣe sí lásán kájọ délẹ̀ ìlérí. Gbogbo ọmọ Odùduwà tọkàntọkàn ẹ kú iṣẹ́ ẹ̀yin má ṣe sí lásán kájọ délẹ̀ ìlérí. Kẹ́yìn má ṣe sí lásán kájọ délẹ̀ ìlérí. Kẹ́yìn má ṣe sí lásán kájọ délẹ̀ ìlérí.
Ẹ kú dédé àsìkò yìí ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa nílé. Ẹ kú ìgbáradì òpin ọ̀sẹ̀ àsìkò ọlá Jímọ̀ òní. Ẹ̀mí wa ṣe púpọ̀ lókè èèpẹ̀ láṣẹ Ọlọ́run ọba. Mo ní salamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin mùmínì gbogbo ẹ̀yin mùmínà pátá kí gbogbo wa pátá lónìí kí Ọlọ́run ọba kí ó kà wá yẹ lọ́jọ́ àgbéǹde àlìkìyámà Ọlọ́run kó sì ń fa bíbọ̀ rẹ̀ sẹ́yìn kí a má tí fi ikú ṣe ìfàjẹ́ báyìí. Mo kí gbogbo Kìrìsìtẹ́nì pátá mo kí gbogbo wa wípé àkólé àkódédé àsìkò yìí láṣẹ Ọlọ́run ọba àjọkẹ́ ayé ọba àṣàkẹ́ ọ̀run. Ìgbà tí iṣu Odùduwà tó bá máa jiná wọn ò ní fi mi àti ẹ̀yin wọn ò ní fi wá ṣe àwátì. I welcome everybody on board tonight. This is Ijinle Radio Istanbul, Turkey, and my name remains Ijinle Marcus. Apèdègbàyè gbogbo ilẹ̀ Turkey iná rèé. Bàbá wa Tẹ́rì Ọmọládé, thank you so much for being part of this program tonight. My dearest father, Oduduwa, thank you once again. My beautiful mọ́mì ìdáyàtú múráìnà ẹ káàbọ̀ sí orí ètò lálẹ́ òní mọ̀ bàbá wa Taofik Ṣèkọ́ní àkìyín dájú wa Grace ẹ má bínú ẹnu mi àgò mọ́mì wa Grace David Albert àkìyín ẹ káàbọ̀ sí orí ètò bákan náà mi ò ní ṣaláì má kí ìyá mi ọ̀wọ́n ìyá mi àtàtà Fatima Bankole lónìí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà lójú agbágbé tẹ́ ẹ̀ gbórúkọ yín ẹ tẹ àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ sí ojú agbágbé kí a bá lè kí yín kórúkọ yín bá lè hàn síta tẹ́ ẹ bá tẹ àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ orúkọ yín ò ní jáde mọ́mì mi ọ̀wọ́n mọ́mì mi àtàtà mọ́mì mi gidi Odùsànyà Bọ́lá mo kí yín púpọ̀ yá wa ẹ káàbọ̀ ẹ kú àdúrótì ẹ kú ojú ìwòran mọ́mì wa Odùsànyà Bọ́lá ojú tí ẹ fi ń wò wá lónìí kò ní fọ́ mo fi àsìkò yìí mo fi kí mo sì fi dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Yorùbá Community in Safe Hand ẹ ṣeun púpọ̀ ẹ kú àdúrótì o ẹ kú àjẹpẹ́ ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa nílé. We are not going to be that aggressive tonight. We are going to do it pẹ̀lẹ́pẹ̀lẹ́ṣiously. Ẹ bá wo àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ tí ó wà lójú agbágbé wa. Restructuring or Yoruba nation, which one do you prefer? Kí n tó lọ sí orí àkòrí ètò wa tòní. My beautiful mommy Àìná Ọláìdé ẹ ṣeun púpọ̀ ẹ káàbọ̀ sí orí ètò àkàndò ní mú yín lọ́wọ́ o ẹ pẹ́ fún wa láṣẹ Ọlọ́run ọba mo kéyìn bẹ̀. Nǹkan méjì kan ṣẹlẹ̀ nípínlẹ̀ Ondo tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní yàjóyàjó ìkíní ó wúni lórí ìkejì ó jẹ́ ẹ̀dùn ọkàn ìbànújẹ́ tí a sì láti fi ẹ̀dùn ọkàn wa hàn. Ẹ̀dá tó bá rí òótọ́ tí ò bá sọ onítọ̀hún ò tọ́ láti gbélé ayé. Irú ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀ ò tọ́ láti fi nǹkan rẹ̀ lọ. Torí tẹ́ ẹ bá gbé sípò agbára tó bá débẹ̀ tán á máa ṣìwàhù. Irú wọn ló ń ṣipò lò irú wọn ní agbára tí ó máa ń control. Ẹ ṣeun gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti ń tẹ àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ gbogbo yín pátá ni mo rí àkàndò ní mo yín lọ́wọ́. Ilé ìwé gíga kan wà nípínlẹ̀ Ondo. To be precise, is in Ondo Township. Medical College tó wà ní Ondo State. Wọ́n ní Akérédolú ti increase owó ẹ̀ sí 2 million naira, 1.5 million and 2 million naira respectively fún non-indigenous students and the indigenous students. Akérédolú èyí tí ẹ bá mọ Akérédolú ẹ sọ fún un kí ni minimum wage Ondo State kó fi rẹ̀ sípò àwọn òbí tó gba 50,000 naira in a month because minimum wage ọjọ́ òní gbà ó ló ti sanwó gbẹ̀yìn gan èló ló ń san minimum wage wọ́n ní 30,000 naira ẹlẹ́ẹ̀lẹ̀ afford láti san 30,000 naira as minimum wage but you can afford to increase the tuition fee ti school. Wọ́n ní ká tó dá mẹ̀yẹ lóró ṣe bóyẹ ká fọ̀rọ̀ ọrú rẹ ní. Wọ́n ní ẹni àmọ̀rí ìbá kú ọmọ ọlọ́mọ dùn pè lábẹ́gùn dé ọmọ ọlọ́mọ lẹ̀dáràn níṣẹ́ dé tòrutòru ṣùgbọ́n má gbàgbé kó o fọ̀rọ̀ mi rora rẹ wò kó o tó ṣèbàjẹ́ mi torí ojú ni màlúù ń rọ ọ̀bẹ òṣùwọ̀n lọ́rùn. wọ́n ní bá àárẹ̀ ń ṣèwọ̀fà àwọn alálákọrí tún ti gbé ṣèrèdè bó bá ṣe ọmọ olówó wa ní kó rọ́jú fomi toro ẹja sẹ́nu. ẹ rántí o ìbí òjùbí bá a ṣe bẹ́rù ńlá bọ́mọ ẹrú ní bàbá ọ̀nà ló jìn. ohun tí wọn ò jẹ́ gbà má fi lọ̀ mí ọ̀rẹ́ wa ìbọn ńlá pátí ìbọn ò lápá tí tálẹ̀nìyàn tó jẹ́ gbà kúndójú ìbọn kọ̀ ọ́hún. adẹ́yìnjẹ́ ò mà pé dínra adìẹ òròmọdìẹ fòpèrè àṣebí ayé pariwo ha ẹ̀ràn lọ ṣìkàdá àṣẹ ìtì ẹ̀fẹ̀ ó wáyé rárá. ìdá ń jòwèrè pàá lónìí pàá lọ́la bójú ọ̀hún ò bá fọ́ ràdàràdà ni ó dà ẹ̀sọ́ fákérédolú. ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì a kí àmọ̀tẹ́kùn ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo iṣẹ́ takuntakun tẹ̀ ń ṣe. wọ́n ní wọ́n tún ti intercept àwọn Fúlàní míì nípínlẹ̀ Ondo. wọ́n gba ìbọn lọ́wọ́ wọn wọ́n gba ọ̀bẹ lọ́wọ́ wọn wọ́n gba ọkọ̀ àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. The funniest thing is that ọkọ̀ tó ń convey àwọn ará bíi from the northern part of the country to the southern part of the country, to be precise, to the southwestern part of the country. Ọkọ̀ the Gombe state government òun ló convey wọn from the north down to the south. Ojú ni alákàn tó fi ń ṣọ́rí. àwọn kan sọ wípé bí Akérédolú ṣe increase owó àwọn àmọ̀tẹ́kùn wípé ó yẹ kó carry àwọn other governors kó carry wọn along kó ṣe with collective effort. wọ́n ní a lè fipá mú ẹṣin dódò kò sí ẹ̀dá kan tó lè fipá tìkúùkù pé ìwọ ẹṣin ó yá wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní mu omi kò possible. In that aspect, in terms of security, ẹ jẹ́ kí Akérédolú kó máa báṣẹ́ nìṣó àwọn ọmọ Ondo state wọn láwọn wà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n eléyìí tó ń ṣe tó ń increase school fee wọn láwọn padà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ pé kí n fiṣẹ́ ran wọn wọn ní wọ́n fiṣẹ́ rán mi sí wọn. Now let's go to the topic of the day. Please, I threw a question to the screen there. Wípé, do you believe in restructuring? Either yes or no. Answer the question. Do you believe in restructuring or you don't believe in restructuring of Nigeria? Please answer that question. We want to know your mind. We want to know where you belong to. Whether you belong to one Nigeria or you belong to Oduduwa nation. Please let us know that. We're not going to be aggressive tonight. And we are not going to be emotional. Yeah, I said something yesterday. Mofi Emma Bino. Mofi. Okay. Fúlàní tí wọ́n intercept.
mi ò witness ẹ̀ rí ọmọ lélẹ́yìí àwọn ọmọ Fúlàní Àkúrẹ́ kí ni orúkọ bí road block ọlọ́kọ̀ road block I witnessed this as an SSS man. I confirm it that the guns catch from them, they got it.
Thank you so much. That is that. Briefly, I will just be showing us briefly because of our topic today. I don't want to take much of our time tonight. Okay, I played some videos yesterday. kò show dáadáa, and I promised I was going to bring it back tonight by using a different platform to transmit tonight's program, which I am doing now. If you look at the ticker and the title of our program tonight, bó ṣe ń lọ sókè lọ sísàlẹ̀ lọ sí wá sí ọ̀tún lọ sósì, it's completely different from the one we used yesterday. Just because I wanted to show you the video again. This is the first one is the Oyo Training School of for the blind.
Dear students, actually, we are in Oyo Training School for the Blind. Ogbomosho, please, great Nigeria, we want you to check this food given to us. We blind, this is the food being served for us, so we asked them, that is this the food that is supposed to meant for us? And what they said is, yes, that is His Excellency that told them to serve this food for us. Please, Nigerians, people in this Nigeria, please, we want you to help us share this video because they are cheating us here in Oyo Training School for the Blind. Thank you.
That's the first video, and the second one is the Aramoko Ado-Ekiti Road. Which is this one.
Yeah, we are presently on our way to Ado from Aramoko. Look at the queue of the trailers on the way. There is no road. No road from Aramoko to Igede. Everybody has been stranded here. Look at the long queue of trailer. Look at it. Look at it. There is no road. So son of man. But then you love my son. There is no road. Aramoko to Igede. We have been stranded here. We have been trapped here. No road. This is Aramoko Road.
That is your federal road in Nigeria. Now, please keep answering that question up there. Do you believe in restructuring or not? Please keep answering the question. We want to know how many people offer restructuring lórí program yìí lónìí. I want to know how many people against the restructuring that support the Oduduwa nation. Baba wa Faudu Alimi, thank you so much. You're welcome to tonight's program. That is Nigerian Federal Road. Can you see a road like this anywhere in the Western world? No. So now, ó ní ìròyìn kan tí ó ń jà ròyìn káàkiri ìgboro. Ó ní mo kàn bá pàdé. I've been talking about these people, these so-called your leaders, because I know my leaders anyway. They just present themselves as the representative of the masses. So I don't know what they represent in masses. I don't know. The masses are suffering. The masses are dying. They are killing the masses every day. The masses are not enjoying anything as a bona fide citizens of that country, that artificial country. And some people are still clamoring for restructuring of the country. Let me give it to you so that we can enjoy it together. I don't want to be selfish tonight. So I want us to watch, to read the article and to study it closely. Káwọn nǹkan tí àwọn ènìyàn wa tí wọ́n pera wọn ní bàbá wa tí wọ́n ń sọ. Now, what is the difference between restructuring? The difference between restructuring and a full nation. Gbogbo wa la mọ̀ wípé when we talk about a nation, mọ́mí wa Àbẹ̀kẹ́ ẹ ṣeun mà, ẹ káàbọ̀ sí orí ètò lónìí, ẹ káàbọ̀, God bless you ma. Tá a bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa orílẹ̀-èdè jẹ́ èdè kan tàbí ẹ̀yà kan tí wọ́n parapọ̀ láti dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìtì kan ṣoṣo. Ìyẹn ni wọ́n ń pè ní orílẹ̀-èdè. Ṣùgbọ́n tí a bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àtúntò láàárín àwùjọ orílẹ̀-èdè tó parapọ̀ tí wọ́n di ìkan ṣoṣo, eléyìí túmọ̀ sí wípé orílẹ̀-èdè a máa ṣe àkóso àwọn ohun àlùmọ́ọ́nì ilẹ̀ tí Ọlọ́run fún un. A máa ṣe àkóso, a ní ètò ààbò tiẹ̀, ètò ẹ̀kọ́, ìwòsàn àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Ṣùgbọ́n kan tó wà ń bẹ̀ ni wípé ó ní iye tó sì máa yọ lápò tá a fi ránṣẹ́ sí ìjọba àpapọ̀ tó wà lókè pátápátá. Ṣùgbọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ òkun bá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè Dahomey báyìí bó tilẹ̀ wù kó kéré tó, orílẹ̀-èdè Togo bó tilẹ̀ wù kó kéré mọ́, kò lè fún orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ní ìṣákọ́lẹ̀ àbí kó fún orílẹ̀-èdè Amẹ́ríkà ní ìṣákọ́lẹ̀. Kò ṣeé ṣe nítorí pé orílẹ̀-èdè kan ni wọ́n ti dá dúró. Ṣùgbọ́n tá a bá sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ìjọba àtúntò yìí, ó túmọ̀ sí wípé ìṣákọ́lẹ̀. Bàbá mi Adégòkè Àkànní, mo kí yín sà, ẹ káàbọ̀ sí orí ètò lónìí. Now, tí àtúntò bá wà ní Nàìjíríà, àǹfààní máa wà fún àwọn ẹ̀yà Ìgbò, ẹ̀yà Haúsá, ẹ̀yà Fúlàní láti wọlé wá bó ṣe wù wọ́n sí ọ̀dọ̀ wa. Àǹfààní tí wọ́n ní gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báwo náà ni wọ́n máa ní tá a bá ní ìjọba àtúntò. Bó tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ó kàn máa dínkù díẹ̀, ṣùgbọ́n wọn ò nílò pásítọ̀tì ìwé ìrìnnà láti wọlé wá sí orílẹ̀-èdè wa, sí ẹkùn tiwa. Ìṣákọ́lẹ̀ wà tá a gbọ́dọ̀ máa fi ránṣẹ́ sí ìjọba àpapọ̀ lókè lọ́hùn yẹn nílùú Àbújá. Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá yẹ pé orílẹ̀-èdè tiwa la dá dúró, kò sí tó jọ bẹ́ẹ̀, ohun táwa bá ní tiwa ni. Ṣé ẹ wá rí kinní kan wà táwọn olóyìnbó ń pè ní disadvantage? Yẹn ni pé àkóbá. Àwọn àkóbá kan wà lẹ́yìn ìjọba àtúntò. Lẹ́yìn àtúntò orílẹ̀-èdè, àwọn àkóbá ńláńlá kan, ewu ńláńlá kan wà ńbẹ̀. Lára àwọn ewu tó wà ńbẹ̀ ni wípé àwọn àṣẹ kan wà, there are some laws tí a lè rékọjá tàbí tí a lè ṣe lọ́dọ̀ wa torí pé a ṣì wà ní ara orílẹ̀-èdè location 419. Apart from this, tí wọ́n bá fún wa ní àtúntò tá a mọ̀ sí restructuring, ẹ má gbàgbé pé ìjọba ẹlẹ́kùnjẹkùn ní Nàìjíríà ti ń practice látilẹ̀. Kódà nígbà tá a gba òmìnira tán títí tó fi dórí ìgbà tí Nàìjíríà di republic lọ́dún 1963, ìjọba ẹlẹ́kùnjẹkùn ó ní and practice. Ẹ̀yin bàbá wa tẹ́ ẹ ti wà láyé ńgbà náà, ti western region wà, northern region wà, eastern region wà. Nígbà tó di ọdún 1966, gbogbo wa la mọ̀ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Káwálà wà lónìí, a ní ó dá o, a fẹ́ Oduduwa nation mọ́. Restructuring làwa fẹ́. Ewu ń bẹ lóko lóńgẹ́. Lóńgẹ́ fúnra ara rẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ tá a wà yìí kò kì í ṣe wú o. Torí ewu ti yí oko lóńgẹ́ ká. Lóńgẹ́ ò sì lẹ́nu ọ̀rọ̀ mọ́. Ìgbà tí lóńgẹ́ lẹ́nu ọ̀rọ̀ ni wọ́n sọ wípé lóńgẹ́ fúnra rẹ̀ ewu alóńgẹ́ ò kì í ṣe ewu mọ́ o nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà torí wọ́n gbàgbọ́ wípé ohun táwa bá ní gbogbo wa la ní. Whatever they have belongs to them. But what we have belongs to them as well. And we don't have power. We don't have authority. We don't have control over whatever we have. Bí nǹkan tá a sọ lánàá, you know how many debts tíjọba Buhari ti accrue tó ti cure fún wa, and you know how much ló tún fẹ́ lọ yá lónìí. Kí ni nǹkan tó fẹ́ fi ṣe gangan? No one knows. Wọ́n jẹ gbèsè yìí sílẹ̀ fún yín, and you are clamoring for restructuring. Let's quickly go through this article. This is how we're going to do it tonight. Ẹ má fi board ẹ jọ̀ọ́, but we just need to enjoy this program tonight because of the vital information coming out of the program. This article, when did it come out? It came out yesterday, November 11, 2021. Newspeak, Onogbe Ijade. If you need it, you want to get it. Yoruba socio-political group Afenifere has said it will pressure the President Muhammadu Buhari to restructure the country before the 2023 general election. Backing dog. They have been talking about restructuring for a while. Not even for a while, for a very long time. Ni wọ́n ti ń pariwo lórí restructuring. But Buhari ó ti sọ fún wa pump and plain, clear, crystal clear wípé restructuring is not part of his agenda in Nigeria. Whether you like it or not, go to the tallest mountain in the world and jump down from there, head down. Nigeria is not going to be restructured. Why? Because they believe that what belongs to us belongs to them. I'm coming. To prove my point, I am still coming back to this article tonight, but to prove my point, we pay nothing to the restructure Nigeria, and these people are ready to do everything humanly possible. Not only humanly possible, and spiritually possible, to make sure that Nigeria is not restructured. One, then that Nigeria is not disintegrated. I have a video here to prove my point. Although this video might not be new, but if you look at me looking at what is happening in Nigeria now, and this video, we pay and when people it's a plan, they have that proper plan on ground. What they are doing now has been planned for decades, more than 60, 70 years ago. Yoruba àti Igbo, àwọn ni wọ́n gbé ara wọn lé àwọn Arewa lọ́wọ́ lọ́dún 1947. As I said, I'm still carrying out my research. It has not gotten to the peak. Tí mo bá ti rí gbogbo facts mi dì mo mọ́ tán, I will come back here to prove it to you. Wípé ìwọ̀nba báyìí ní ti Àlàbá náà bèjì, ìwọ̀nba ní ti àwọn òyìnbó yìí láàrin nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà. If we are well coordinated, we are well organized, and these stupid people, these stupid Yoruba rulers that call themselves leaders, who come together in one voice, we don't want to be part of Nigeria anymore. But I'm very, very sure apá àwọn òyìnbó máa jábọ́. But because ìjẹkújẹ wọn, òun náà la ṣe ń sọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí, how many times will you call for restructuring? And how many times Do you want this Fulani government to come out to tell you that Nigeria can never ever be restructured and Nigeria can never be disintegrated? So why don't you stand firmly on what you believe in, or what belongs to you, and fight for it tooth and nail with all your strength, your power, and your might, with whatever you have, to make sure that you secure your land at the age of 90 plus, almost a century. You'll be here for almost a century. And you don't think about what you are going to leave behind, the legacy you're going to leave behind to Bakurumbi, and you are still calling for restructuring. Perhaps they don't have the opportunity láti ríru àwọn fídíò yìí táwa ń rí yìí. Maybe we should play it and we're going to cut it kàgbéjáde káwọn rí wípé nǹkan tí àwọn people yìí tí wọ́n ní as their agenda.
Bayelsa belongs to Jigawa. The oil in them.
The oil in Bayelsa belong to Jigawa. The oil in Delta belong to Jigawa. But the gold in Gombe belong to Gombe. It doesn't belong to Jigawa. It doesn't belong to Katsina. It doesn't belong to Delta. It doesn't belong to southern parts of the country. It doesn't belong to Bayelsa. And you think someone that is talking boldly like this in public we allow the restructuring of Nigeria to come to reality? Some people are talking about the Sudan, where they are killing one another in Sudan. But let me tell you, Southern Sudan is at peace now. They are living their peaceful lives. They are living in harmony. They are living with their two eyes closed. But if you go to the northern Sudan, tó ń pa àwọn southern Sudan tẹ́lẹ̀, go there now, rúgùdù wà láàrin wọn. They kill one another every day on daily basis. There is no peace. The Bible says that there will be no peace for what? For the wicked one. There shall be no peace for the wicked one. My beautiful brother, or my handsome brother, Emi Oladimeji, thank you so much for being part of this program tonight. My beautiful mom, Josephine Badamosi Mokeyima, ẹ káàbọ̀ sí orí ètò lónìí. Now, let's keep enjoying the video.
Belongs to Jigawa. As long as Bayelsa belongs to Jigawa. The oil in Delta belongs to Jigawa. As long yes, because we are called Nigeria today.
Because we are all Nigeria. We are all Nigerians. So whatever they have in the south belong to the north. Now, Emma Wangu, Oma wa try láti enumerate, a try láti expatiate on a particular point nínú video yìí pé yes, he knows that we are not together. That the Yorubas are different, the Bayelsans are different, the Deltans are different, the Igbos are different. But as long as we remain one Nigeria, what belongs to them belongs to Jigawa. How many times are we going to educate this our so-called father? How many times are we going to tell them the truth? Must we insult them, abuse them, curse them before they know the right thing to do? Or before they know that they are in bondage? Must we? We have been trying to respect them. We have been trying to educate them. We have been trying to tell them that they are in bondage. But instead of them to turn back, wọ́n sì tún la orí ẹ̀ wọ́n là mọ́ ògiri lọ.
So that's why I'm telling you, the oil belongs to us all. And we as Nigerians shall do everything possible to make sure we take that oil so that a lot of people will have the oil.
You see, they will do everything possible to make sure that they take that oil in Bayelsa so that the Jigawa people will have the oil. Kí ni nǹkan tá a tún fẹ́ gbọ́ lẹ́nu wọn? They will do everything humanly possible, everything possible to make sure that we take that oil in Bayelsa so that the Gombe people, the Jigawa people, the Kaduna people, the Sokoto people, the Kano people, the Plateau people, the Niger people, the Katsina people, we have the oil.
As well, we have the money of the oil. Anybody
We have the money of the oil.
who thinks the oil of Bayelsa belongs to only Bayelsa is just deceiving himself. As long as we are in Nigeria, we will make sure that we have uninterrupted supply of oil.
Now, look at this statement. As long as we are Nigerians, we are one Nigeria. Now, if you want them to stop taking your oil, why don't you fight for your country first? Get your nation first. So that this oil tí wọ́n fojú sí tí wọ́n fẹ́ máa fàyè tí wọ́n fẹ́ gbà lọ́wọ́ yín will come back to you. But in a situation whereby you leave your country alone, you're not ready to fight for your country, you don't want to fight for your country, and you want to continue to fight for your oil, you will lose it all. Leave the oil first, fight for your nation, get your nation, and by the time you get your nation, Yorùbá ní ẹni tó ní ẹrú òun ló ní ẹrú. Forget about the bitumen in Ondo State. Forget about the steel in Ajaokuta. Forget about the glass, whatever in Ibokoda. Forget about the palm plantation, palm tree plantation, whatever. Forget about this. Forget about gold we have in Osun State. Forget about the one we have in Oyo. Forget about the one we have in Ogun. First, forget about the seaport. Forget about the airport for now. Focus your attention on how you are going to get your land, how you are going to get your freedom. Kí ni lárí seaport to take over when you are still in bondage? Bàbá kan bímọ kan láyé àtijọ́. He was so wealthy. Ó ní owó. He had uncountable slaves. Houses everywhere. Mansions in those days. Ó ní owó, ó dẹ̀ ní ọlá. But he had only one child, a son. And among his slaves, he had a favorite. Tó pé ó máa ń kẹ́ bí ọmọ. Now, before this man died, he called his son and he called everybody. He said, ó fi àrokò kan, ó kọ sínú ìwé òfin ránṣẹ́ wípé tí òun bá kú tán, just like his will, pé kán kà á. Ìgbà tí bàbá kú tán, wọ́n wá kà á sí ọmọ ẹ̀ létí wípé, out of everything I have, out of everything I acquired during my lifetime, you are permitted to take only one thing, just only one. Choose just only one thing. Tó bá ti ọkàn ẹ wá, just don't take more than one out of my numerous properties. But tí wọ́n kà sí ọmọ bàbá létí, he thought his father hated him. In fact, ó fẹ́ lè máa gbé bàbá ẹ̀ ṣépè nínú sàréè. Ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n dá ọjọ́ fún pé ọjọ́ báyìí wàá wá mú kan nínú property bàbá ẹ̀. Ó wá ní pé gbogbo property tó kù pátá should go to his favourite slave. Inú ẹrú ti dùn. Ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní jayé ọlọ́ba, ó ń ṣe bó ṣe wù ú. bàbá kan wá pe ọmọ yìí ládùúgbò wípé wá ń bí bàbá ẹ̀ ò hate ẹ o in fact bàbá ẹ̀ like ẹ ní bàbá òun ò fẹ́ràn bàbá ẹ̀ like ẹ oníṣòrí nínú gbogbo nǹkan tí bàbá ẹ̀ fi sílẹ̀ èwo ló fẹ́ràn jù tó mọ̀ pé ó yẹ kó mú ó ní bàbá mi ò mọ̀ ó ní tó bá ti di ọjọ́ tí wọ́n ní kẹ́ ẹ wá pé ogún ó bá ti débẹ̀ sọ fún wọn wípé olórí ẹrú òun gangan ló need tó o bá ti lè mú olórí ẹrú yìí gbogbo nǹkan tó kù pátá á jẹ́ tiẹ̀. Now here came the day tí wọ́n fẹ́ choose wọ́n fẹ́ mú nǹkan tó wù nínú property ẹrú ti dé ó ti gbà ó nílùú ó fi lé pọ̀ tí ó fọ̀nà ro kan when they got there wọ́n ní kó choose ó kí wọn sọ́tún ó kí wọn sósì ó lóun dúpẹ́ gidi gan òun dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ dáàdi òun òun dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin àgbààgbà tẹ́ wà lórí ìjókòó ó lóun ti gbà ó òun ti gbà wípé nǹkan ṣoṣo lòun láǹfààní láti mú nínú nǹkan tí bàbá òun ní ó ní nǹkan tóun dẹ̀ fẹ́ ní tóun fẹ́ mú ó pe ẹrú yẹn pé kó jáde wá ìyẹn jáde òun gan pábọ̀ wá ní nǹkan ṣoṣo tí mo mú leléyìí bínú ẹrú ṣe bàjẹ́ nìyẹn ìdí rèé tí Yorùbá fi sọ wípé tí òwe yẹn fi jáde wípé bá a bá ka ẹrú inú ẹrú á bàjẹ́ àti wípé ẹni tó lẹ́rú òun náà ló lẹ́rù láti ọjọ́ náà gbogbo nǹkan tí bàbá ẹ̀ ní pátá ó wá padà sí abẹ́ ẹ̀ ẹ wo bí àwọn Fúlàní yìí ṣe ṣe wọ́n kọ́kọ́ gbìyànjú àwọn bàbá wa ni wọ́n kọ́kọ́ mú lẹ́yìn tí àwọn bàbá wa ti fira wọn jì fún àwọn Fúlàní lọ́dún 1947 lẹ́yìn tí àṣìṣe Lord Lugard wọ́n wá fi orí àwọn bàbá wa wọ́n fi sábẹ́ aṣọ wọ́n pa á mọ́ abíyá. From there they were able to get what belonged to us. Now in order to get those things tí wọ́n ti take over pátápátá, is it your seaport, your airport, is it your security, education, health sector, or name it, wọ́n ti take over everything. Now how many years ló fẹ́ lò láti fi fight wọn back? ṣáwọn tó lọ ra ammunition tó ra armor tank tó lọ kó fún àwọn Boko Haram, they have their soldiers somewhere being trained as terrorists. You think they don't know what they're doing? You are seeing them as bandits, you are seeing them as terrorists, but they see them as their soldiers and they train them on daily basis. But àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n ṣe training láti defend ìlú wọn ò ní wọ́n ti ń arrest yẹn, because I heard that they arrested some guys in Lagos few days ago. Now how do you get all these things back? There is no other way than to get your own country first, because by the time you get your country they will have no option rather than to leave all those parastatals, all those sectors, seaport, airport, education, whatever. They will be forced to leave. Then you have control of what you have. But in a situation whereby you are clamoring for restructuring, do you want to send all of them packing from your seaport? You want to send them back from packing from your airport? It's not possible. Don't forget, remember 1960, when we became independent, and Nnamdi Azikiwe was the head of state then. Anyway, he was a ceremonial head of state. But despite that, he was a ceremonial head of state. All the higher institutions in Nigeria, especially the universities, their vice chancellors are all Igbos. Carry out your research today. Despite the fact that we were practicing regional system of government then, all the vice chancellors rather of all the universities in the western region then, they were all Igbos. No single vice chancellor to Jomo Yoruba. Now, since we became independent in 1960 to date, Controller General Nigeria Port Authority, has anyone ever come from the southwest of the country, from the western part of the country, since 1960? No. And despite the fact that we were practicing regional system of government then, that you are clamoring for now, you want us to go back to the regional system of government, you want Nigeria to be restructured. Will that stop them from controlling your seaport? No. Now, when Aguirre Rossi got there via the coup d'etat, àti ẹ̀mọ̀ pé ìyẹn decree làwọn ń lò, we had 28 ministries in Nigeria then. 21 ministries out of these 28 ministries who were under the control of the Igbo people. Yoruba, ẹ̀gbọ́n, ẹ jókòó, wise up. And since 1960 to date, we have always been marginalized. We've always been marginalized. We've always been marginalized. They tried a tooth and nail to make sure that divide and rule was setting láàrin àwọn bàbá wa, and they never sat down to see what was coming. Wọ́n kọ́ wọn síra wọn. Ẹ wá wò láti gbà yẹn, ta ni ẹni náà tó rù Nàìjíríà tí wọ́n marginalize Yorùbá? Ta ni ẹni náà? Who has ever been the president of Nigeria since 1960 tí kò marginalize Yorùbá? Nobody. Let's continue with the video. We are still going back to that article.
So that there will be uninterrupted supply of money to Jigawa State.
Uninterrupted supply of oil in Gombe. We will make sure that this happens. Is it happening now or it's not happening? Even Nikorosi.
Thomas, we are called Nigeria. Of course, we are not the same people.
You see, now let me hear that statement again. Of course, we are not the same people. Of course, we are not the same people. So why our people? I don't know. Only of course we are not the same people. Why God owns country in Nigeria? Why are you calling artificial country God's own or God created country? When did God create Nigeria? God came down from heaven and created Nigeria in 1914. God came down from heaven in 1900 and gave them that name called Nigeria in 1900. And in 1914, God came down from heaven and said, okay, this is a nation, and the nation shall be called Nigeria, and the country shall never be divided, or the country shall ever remain the same. So why are you calling Nigeria the God's own country or God created country? And these people have already defined it. He said, yes, of course I know we are not the same people.
As long as we are called Nigeria. Of course we are not the same people. We have to understand that, look, I am a Fulani man, and Ijo is different, Yoruba is different, but then God has made us to stay together.
I am a Fulani. Ijo is different, Yoruba is different. We are not the same in any way. If you come to Turkey today, you will see as many Hausa Fulani people as possible. What are they doing? Why are they here? They are here to study. Now, after their study, you will never see a single soul of them here. They will go back to Nigeria. Now, who brought them here? Who? Is that person go or who are those people responsible for their education? Nigerian government. With whose money? With our own money. Oil money, tax money, and all that to generate látọ̀dọ̀ wa. How many Yoruba people? How many Igbo people? How many Ijaw people the Nigerian government is sponsor lónìí? Nobody. And when they wọ́n sponsor somewhere in other parts of the world, when they get there, they will not pay their school fee. One was stranded. But here in Turkey, you see them in thousands. The Hausa of Fulani people in thousands, meaning they are preparing their own future, and our leaders are sitting back home, fighting for themselves, for their own pockets, without thinking about your own, and you are still fighting for them. You are calling for them to come and rule you in 2023 to destroy your life completely. Life tí wọ́n ti destroy tẹ́lẹ̀ láti destroy yẹn pátápátá. Àwọn Fúlàní rán àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n wá sí abroad, wọ́n study tán, wọ́n bá study tán, wọ́n dá wọn padà sílé, wọ́n fún wọn níṣẹ́, wọ́n fún wọn ní post. You think they are not wise? You think you can turn the new leaf within it? Overnight. You can change things overnight. Remember, there was a man that said something, and sometimes ago. Only if at all we are going to support any candidate from the southern part of the country, we're going to hand over the power to them. It's going to be at our own benefit, in our own advantage. Do you think they don't know what they're doing? Or you call them illiterate? Illiterate my foot. They are wiser than you. They are wider than you in terms of politics. The only way you can beat them is to disintegrate the country and get your nation. Don't think the white men are not in support of what we're doing. Forget about the white people. Secondary issue, they will have no option other than to support us. When the time comes, that is if we are so serious about what we're doing. But if we are not serious with what we're doing, they will just fold their arms and be watching us. Because of ìyà bá wọn lára mu ni. Ẹ wo nǹkan tí Gumi sọ. Look at that man tí wọ́n ní wọ́n jail tó kówó pension ṣe pensioner tó kówó wọn jẹ tó gbé sẹ́wọ̀n 5 years. The article is here, I'm going to read it. With billions of dollars. Wọ́n fún lẹ́wọ̀n 5 years. As if it's not enough. Wọ́n fún ní a whole house furnished. Go and enjoy yourself there. Don't mind them. These people then be mumu. They don't know what they're doing.
So why can't we attempt to stay together? And I honestly do not mind, even if we're going to part ways. Let's sit on the table, around the table, and agree that look, that oil of Bayelsa, Jigawa cannot have a share. No way. You know, I don't mind us talking like that. But as of today, that oil, we shall do everything within our means, everything with our blood, to defend our oil in Bayelsa.
Shetigo? Anyway, if Nigeria should divide today and we're no longer together, then they say, okay, the Jigawa will not have access to that oil anymore. Okay, no problem. But as long as we are together, we are going to do everything within our blood. We are going to do everything possible to make sure that we get our oil from Bayelsa. Someone is saying this. And you, as an educated person, a professor, a son, jargons and you call these people illiterate. Who is an illiterate? Someone or you? Of course you are an illiterate. Because they seek advantage of you. They take advantage of you. By taking what belongs to you, right under your nose, and you think they are joking.
We will do everything possible to defend that oil in Bayelsa. It belongs to Jigawa State as well. So that's what I want them to understand. This country fought civil war. And that's probably why we are still together. And anybody who threatened, unless if we are defeated, then we can leave the oil.
Only unless if we are defeated, we can leave their oil. But if we are not defeated, we are going to defend the oil. If we are not defeated, we are going to defend your oil. If we are not defeated, we are going to defend your bitumen. Imagine, Tony, the bitumen in Ondo State, what he extracts, wọ́n refine what he extracts, pẹ̀lú àwọn trucks ni wọ́n kó wá tí wọ́n fi extract tí wọ́n kó lọ sọ́dọ̀ wọn. You think they are not wise? You think they are fools like you? They are not fools like us. They are not fools like the southern leaders. They know what they're doing. They know that one day the end might come to this. But before the end comes, they will make sure they take everything takeable so that when they leave, they want to kọ́ńkọ́kọ́ wọn ò ní jẹ́ lùsà mọ́. But àwọn olórí yìí wọ́n lajú wọn sílẹ̀, wọ́n allow irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ kó máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Share this program and don't enjoy it alone. Please let others enjoy the program.
But if anybody threatens the flow of oil, we shall fight and make sure oil flows. Ijo oil, Bayelsa oil belongs to Jigawa people. And we shall do everything possible to defend our oil in Bayelsa. Because God put our oil in Bayelsa, just like God has put mineral resources of Bayelsa in Jigawa. Bayelsa belongs to Jigawa. The oil in Delta belongs to Jigawa. As long, yes, because we are called Nigeria today. So that's what I'm telling you. The oil belongs to us all. And we as Nigeria shall do everything possible to make sure we take that oil so that a lot of people will have the oil as well. Will have the money of the oil.
Now, having listened to that video, ẹjọ́ ṣé ẹ̀yin believe pé ó tún yẹ kí àwọn kan wá jókòó síbi kan wá ní pé restructuring làwọn fẹ́ pẹ̀lú nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí, and they know the adverse effect of restructuring in Nigeria. They know what we passed through in the hands of the military in 1960, and they know what we have been going through since 1960 to date. Oduduwa investment, I think Oduduwa investment, if I'm not mistaken, should be around 53 or whatever. But láti bàtà ti gba independent, how many Oduduwa investment, how many company ní under Oduduwa investment ló ṣì exist? I don't know if there is any. I don't know. But when we were practicing regional system of government, everything was going on fine. The economy was okay, booming, where everybody was enjoying, despite the fact that people are still complaining then anyway. But their rate of complaining then, not as it is today. Now, if you want to go to Togo alone, just Togo, even Republic of Benin, with Nigerian passports, we are passed through scrutinization. We are passed through so many things. How many countries lonely in Nigeria who are visa free? See, passport Nigeria, apart from West African country, and it's free. It's visa free to most of these to all these West African countries because they use the same passport. That is all. If you want to go to Ethiopia today, Ethiopia and Lele, you need to obtain your visa. You want to go to Kenya, to Zimbabwe, to South Africa, to Seychelles, to all those small countries, even to Gambia, to go to Kilorúkọ ìlú yìí, Uganda ńlẹ̀ńlẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ò dá, wà ní láti get a visa. Ṣé bó ṣe rí tẹ́lẹ̀ lélẹ́yìí? Why? Why don't you listen to your children? The people that you call the leaders of tomorrow. You have been ruling them since 1960. You call the young ones in 1960 the leaders of tomorrow, but you never allow them to get to that power. Till today, you are still ruling them, and the young ones that are coming, oh, listen, someone, you don't care about them, and you call yourself a leader. What kind of leader are you? A good leader or a bad one? To me, as far as I'm concerned, I call you a bad leader. Bad example. You are not a good leader. Because if you are a good leader, you will call your children. You prove to have a better future for them. But you don't bother to listen to them. Why are they calling for disintegration of Nigeria? You never bother to ask them that and say you have their love at heart. Kálukú tó wọ bàtà ló mọ ibi tó ti ń tí ẹsẹ̀ ti ń tàyàn. Àmọye èèyàn tí o. There was a video I showed here yesterday. I think I have deleted it. Níbi tí ọmọ kan ṣoṣo tí ìyá yìí bí sáyé tí wọ́n ti rán sọ́run, afọ́jú tí ò lójú méjì. Irú country yẹn ẹni kan máa restructure. Kí ni wọ́n fẹ́ restructure? Wọ́n ní bí ìpínlẹ̀ bá ti bàjẹ́ kí lolódodo fẹ́ ṣe. Kò sí tó lódodo lè ṣe. Nàìjíríà ti bàjẹ́, ó ti jàgàjàgà. Nàìjíríà ti yànmọ̀, Nàìjíríà ti kú, Nàìjíríà ti ṣègbé. So why are you trying to make mountain out of molehill? Impossible. You want to make an impossibility to become a possible. It's just like two parallel lines that can only meet at infinity. They cannot meet. Kò sí nǹkan tó lè ṣe, tó lè tún Nàìjíríà ṣe. Now, the acting leader of the group, Chief Ayo Adebanjo, stated this at a press conference held at the Wheat Baker Hotel, Ikoyi, Lagos State. Adebanjo said he owed it to posterity to speak unalloyed truth to unconscionable powers and to clarify the position of my people, the Yoruba of the Nigerian state. So you are of your people. You are not clarifying the position of your people. You are clarifying the position of your pockets. You are clarifying the position of those people that are in the same caucus with you. Because if you are trying to clarify the position of the Yoruba people, the Oduduwans, then what they want is what you should be talking about now. He said, the Yoruba state of Nigeria, so that whenever I might be called home, it shall be said of me that I not only did my bit, I indeed said my bit, and the position of the Yoruba people and Afenifere were clearly and succinctly enunciated. You are not doing what we ask you to do. At 93, the 93-year-old Afenifere leader lamented that despite initial agreement to restructure Nigeria before Buhari was elected into the office in 2015, the former military head of state had refused to heed the call of the people on restructuring, devolution of powers, fiscal federalism and state police. Pẹ̀lú gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń pariwo tó, gbogbo plan ni wọ́n ń lọ. Now, I can say in 2015, bí Kẹ́mi Olúnlọ́yọ̀ bó ṣe pariwo títí lélẹ́yìí, we didn't listen to her. We thought she was insane, without knowing that she saw what was coming and what is going to befall Nigeria, especially the Yoruba people. Here is what Olúnlọ́yọ̀ said in 2015.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ ẹ̀yin èèyàn ní Ìbàdàn lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin, orúkọ mi ni Kẹ́mi Ọmọlólú Olúnlọ́yọ̀. Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ òṣèlú ní àárọ̀ January 29, 2015 elédè ọ̀gá ológun Buhari ń bọ̀ nìbàdàn ní Ọ̀yọ́ state láti wá ṣe ìpolongo ìbò campaign ní bíbáyìí. Mo fẹ́ kí ẹ rántí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 2011 kẹ́ tó lọ dìbò yín fún ọ̀gá ológun Buhari. Ẹ má gbàgbé nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 2011 tí àwọn ọmọ wa kú ní northern Nigeria nígbà tí ológun Buhari sọ pé kí àwọn Haúsá tí wọ́n wà ní títì kí wọ́n lọ jà pé tó bá dáhùn.
2011 he called for the killings of the southern people in the north. Wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pa wọ́n. Buhari defend àwọn terrorists just like what Gumi is doing today. Olunloyo warned us. Kemi Olunloyo warned us, but we never listened to her. Here we are today facing the music. And if you refuse to listen to what we are saying, I just pray you don't live to regret it tomorrow.
Dúró kí wọ́n pa wọ́n. Ní 2011 ní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹni tó bá lè rántí pé àwọn ọmọ NYSC tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú INEC àtàwọn tó wà níbi tó ń gbé ni wọ́n pa wọ́n dẹ̀ pa èèyàn púpọ̀. Gbogbo pósí tó ń gbé jáde yẹn gbogbo ẹni mò ń wò láti Canada. Ológun Buhari fi ìyà jẹ wá ní Nàìjíríà. Òun wá fẹ́ di ààrẹ ní ipò ààrẹ ní Nàìjíríà ń sìn. Ẹ má fún níbo ipò ààrẹ. Àwọn tó wà ní church kudets nìbàdàn wọ́n lè rántí pé ọmọ 5 náà pa ń bẹ̀ yẹn. 5 ní ọmọ wa náà pa ní church kudets. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ lọ́mọ tán pa wọ́n sì wà láàyè. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọ wọn kú níbi tí wọ́n ti lọ ṣe NYSC. Wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún àjọ INEC. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ń volunteer time wọn. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn má gbàgbé nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 1983. Ní 1983 nígbà tí Buhari wá tó gbàjọba lọ́wọ́ àwọn democratic elected government. Buhari sọ fún wa ipò máa tough lórí corruption. Àtẹni tó jẹ́wọ́ àtẹni tí ó jọ̀wọ́ gbogbo wọn ló arrest. Ẹ má gbàgbé pé Buhari ló arrest Pa Ajáṣin. Buhari ló arrest gbogbo àwọn àgbàlagbà tí wọ́n tọ́ wa ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Táíṣó Láàrin ni Buhari arrest torí kó má fún lógún ẹlẹ́wọ̀n ogun asthma. Ìyà tí Buhari fi jẹ àwọn èèyàn ó lọ ilé Awólọ́wọ̀ ó dẹ̀ tú gbogbo ilé Awólọ́wọ̀. Ó arrest Awólọ́wọ̀ ó dẹ̀ tún gba passport ẹ̀. Ẹ má gbàgbé gbogbo nǹkan burúkú tí Buhari fi ojú wa rí nílẹ̀ Yorùbá torí àwọn ò tí ì gbàgbé. Buhari cancel Nigeria Medical Association ó cancel Nigeria Student Association ó ban wọn ó suspend wọn ó ṣàní wọn lè ṣe kankan. Buhari ò fún 70,000 graduates ní iṣẹ́ tó yẹ káwọn graduates gbà kó fún wọn níṣẹ́. Àwọn èèyàn wa graduate àwọn ọmọ wa graduate wọn ò rí iṣẹ́ 70,000. Ìlú òkèèrè lèmi wá Amẹ́ríkà ni mo wà tí mo ti lọ sí yunifásitì. Ayé ìgbà yẹn 400 naira ní ticket 1,200 ní owó school. Èèyàn púpọ̀ ò mọ̀ pé àwọn lè lọ abroad ńgbà yẹn but àwọn tó wà nílé ìyà tí Buhari fi jẹ wọ́n. Ní 1985 tí mo wálé owó tí mo ṣẹ́ mo á ṣe 21st birthday mi. Yáà ẹ̀yin bàbá mi náà pé 50. Owó tí mo ṣẹ́ ó ga gèrè tèmi ọwọ́ mi nítorí náírà di 250. Buhari pẹ̀lú àwọn tó devalue náírà. Babangida tó sọ pé Buhari ni àwọn ti endorse òun ni gbogbo àwọn general máa endorse. Òun gbọ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn tó bá wo Nàìjíríà jẹ́. Ẹ rántí gbogbo nǹkan táwọn pípọ̀ ìfi ojú wa rí o. Ẹ rántí gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe 1983 1985 gbogbo àwọn táìmì o. Buhari pa bẹ́ẹ̀ lógede ìgbé wọ́n lè lọ wá òfin kan tí ò sínú ìwé láti fi pa èèyàn méjì. Wọ́n lọ create death penalty láti fi pa èèyàn méjì. Buhari Minister of Transportation nítorí kó kọ ìwé kó ní kó gbé padà wá sí Nàìjíríà. Buhari ní kó gbé sínú crate kó gún lábẹ́rẹ́ kó máa gbé pọ̀ Nàìjíríà. Wọ́n gbé sí London ní Heathrow airport ibi tó fẹ́ gbé crate wọnú plane làwọn British officials ti rí. Gbogbo nǹkan tó dá Nàìjíríà rú nìyẹn tá a fi lè lọ sí London mọ́ tá a láti gba visa tá a láti san owó tá a láti ṣe gbogbo nǹkan. Buhari very poor human rights record. Ẹ má gbàgbé o èmi lè gbàgbé àwọn ọmọ 5 tó ń pa tó lọ sí ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì wa ní kúdẹ̀tì. Ẹ má dìbò fún Buhari nǹkan tí mo sọ fún yín nìyẹn. Gbogbo yín tẹ́rí mi ní àjọ INEC lánàá ní tẹ́sí gba PVC yín ẹ̀ ń bí mi pé ta ní kẹ́ ẹ dìbò fún. Mi lè sẹ́ni tó máa dìbò fún yín mi lè fún yín lówó mi dẹ̀ lè sọ fún yín ẹ̀yin lè máa dìbò fẹ́ni tó fẹ́ tẹ́ fẹ́ èmi kàn sọ fún yín pé ẹ má dìbò fún Buhari tí Buhari bá di ààrẹ ìlú wa náírà máa kọ́kọ́ go down ó máa di value dáadáa.
ṣó ṣe àbí ò ṣe náírà máa kọ́kọ́ di value dáadáa ṣó ṣe àbí ò ṣe.
ó ti wọ 2010 àmì ó ti wọ 210 fún dọ́là ó ti fẹ́ wọ 300 fún pound tí àwọn owó ìbá tó bá yí báyìí ẹ̀yìn ní kankan mo ń sọ fún yín iṣẹ́ tèmi ṣe ní HNN Africa dọ́là lówó mi so máa lówó mọ̀ ẹ̀yìn ò ní kankan 20 naira máa fi pure water epo tẹ́ máa.
ṣó wá ṣe ó wá ṣe àbí ò ṣe ṣé wọ́n ti ra pure water ní 20 naira àbí kò ṣe.
àti jàrẹ́tọ̀ yìí máa wọ́n ṣe rò pé kó ti lọ́ọ̀lẹ̀ ní àtúpadà sókè mo ń sọ fún yín kẹ́ ẹ make the right decision mi tí ìwẹ̀ mi ti fọ̀nù mo wá ṣe rìkọ́dì yìí ni ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí náà wọ́n máa campaign lọ́yọ̀ state kò sí nǹkan tó ní sọ fún yín àti irọ́ tó máa pa fún yín ẹ ṣe the right thing ẹ vote ẹlòmíì bí òye yẹn vote Jonathan o 2 years mo ti wà Nàìjíríà láti 37 2 years mo lè ti wà bí mo lè sọ nǹkan Jonathan ti ṣe fún mi mo lè sọ nǹkan tí ò ti ṣe fún mi èèyàn mẹ́sàn-án ló ràn fúnpọ̀ ààrẹ èèyàn mẹ́sàn-án ẹ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn mẹ́sàn-án kẹ́ wo nǹkan tó ti ṣe nǹkan tó ti ṣe fún ìlú wọn tó ti ṣe fún àdúgbò wọn kẹ́ make mind up ẹ má lọ fún Buhari ní vote o tí Buhari bá ní 1000 votes tó bá lọ wí pẹ̀lú 1001 vote vote ẹ̀yọ̀ kan yẹn mátà ẹ má gbé military padà sí Nàìjíríà mo ń sọ fún yín gbogbo ẹ̀yin tíjà tẹ̀lé mi láyọ̀ ní People Girls Grammar School tí mo ní pé òpùrọ̀ ni gbogbo yín pé máa ń parọ́ fún àwọn ọmọ ìjù ṣe tí wàá mọ̀ nǹkan tí mo ṣe sọ gbogbo tíjà Nàìjíríà ló pùrọ̀ nínú Punch mo sọ fún wọn pé wọ́n ń parọ́ fún àwọn ọmọ wọn sọ fún àwọn ọmọ pé àwọn ni future leaders tomorrow nígbà tẹ̀ mọ̀ pé military ni future leaders tomorrow ẹ̀yin youth lẹ́ make mistake tẹ́ gbá àwọn people ìpadà wá bíbá pósítà tí mo gbé dání lẹ́yìn máa lọ jó náà ni lórí gbé pósítà ẹ̀ mọ́ ẹni mọ̀ mo fi ṣe rìkọ́dì mi ẹ má dìbò fún Buhari mo sọ fún yín ẹ má dìbò fún military man tó máa padà ẹ má dìbò fẹ́yàn tó bọ́ sórí títì tó ní káwọn èèyàn máa pààyàn tẹ́ bá fẹ́ wo fídíò ẹ̀ tó ń sọ fáwọn èèyàn kan lọ pààyàn ní 2011 ó wà lórí ẹ̀rọ internet Facebook mi facebook.com/HNNAfrica àti facebook.com/Ibadan City ẹ̀yin tẹ́ máa lọ sí Ìbàdàn City yẹn ẹ̀yin fans mi ní Ìbàdàn yẹn mo máa ń rí everyday 16,000 ló wà ń bẹ̀ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ máa lọ sí ti news yẹn ẹ̀yin fans mi all over the world nìyẹn fún world news HNN Africa facebook.com/HNNAfrica fídíò yẹn ti wà posted kẹlọ́ka that is the only message tí mo fún yín ní ìsìn.
now ṣó wá ṣẹlẹ̀ àbí ò ṣẹlẹ̀ nígbà yẹn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn ló sọ pé ẹnu Kẹ́mi Olóńlọ́yọ̀ ọ̀run ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn ló sọ pé orí ẹ̀ ò pé ó ti ní mental disorder ó ti ṣe kinní kan but at the end of the day look at what is happening to us now should it come to reality àbí ò come to reality now look at Afẹ́nifẹ́re tí Buhari ti sọ fún several times wípé Nigeria is not going to be restructured and Nigeria is not going to be divided. We are not anarchists. We are not secessionists. We are Democrats. We recognize that there is a democratically elected president in Aso Rock. We are not asking for Buhari's resignation, and since the National Assembly has not seen fit to impeach him, he remains the president of Nigeria until the 29th of May 2023. But it is the considered position of Afẹ́nifẹ́re that he urgently constitutes a government of national unity charged with sole task of seeing to restructuring of Nigeria in consultation with the Nigerian people. Now, ẹ wo Nigeria tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ ṣe kíni tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ restructure. This is it. This is Nigeria that you want to restructure. Ẹ bá mi gbé sójú screen dáadáa jọ. This is the country that you want to restructure. Gumi ló sọ eléyìí ó ní killings will not stop until bandits are compensated with lands, monies, amnesty. Sheikh Gumi. Now, seeing this topic, this one came out 2 days ago on the 10th of November 2022. Now, seeing this article, this title alone, this headline alone, and you want Nigeria to be, you think they are going to allow Nigeria to be restructured when they have this in mind that your land, your money, and she Okay, thank you. The network is back. The network is back. The network just went off and is back now. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah. Ẹ wá wò Pa Adébánjọ ní Nigeria must be restructured. We are not secessionists. We are not anarchy. But the northerners, especially the Fulani people, say the killings will continue. That is, the restructuring will never see the light of the day. And the killings will continue in the country unless their people are compensated with what? With your land. What belongs to you? You must give them your land. You must also, not only that, you must give them your money. And you must also give them amnesty. Without that, the killings will continue in Nigeria. And this person is still living. And your leaders are still calling for restructuring of your country. Ẹ jókòó kẹ́ ronú dáadáa. Ẹni tó bá ní ọgbọ́n kó gbọ́. Ẹni tó bá ní etí kó gbọ́ ohun tí ẹ̀mí ń sọ fún ìjọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Forget about restructuring of Nigeria. And now, couple with the video ta show lẹ́ẹ̀kan tí màá yẹn sọ wípé the oil in Bayelsa belong to Jigawa. And they will do everything possible within their blood possible to make sure that they defend the oil in Bayelsa, in Ijaw, and in Delta. And he continued, ẹ má gbàgbé tó sọ wípé if Nigeria, as long as we are together, but if we are not together again anymore, then we will be forced to leave the oil. But as long as we are together. Now, how do you want them to stop extracting your oil? How do you expect them to stop taking your to stop having dominion, control over your oil? If you are still together, either the country is restructured, or you are together as a nation. How do you think that one will be possible? It can only be possible if the country is disintegrated. If the country is not disintegrated, believe me or not, they will continue to have control over your oil. They will continue to have control over your seaport. They will continue to have dominion over your airport. They will continue to have control over the whole security parastatal in Nigeria, the security wings. They will continue to have control over your education sector, security sector, the what is it called, the health sector, and all that. Because wọ́n slumber wọ́n snore bíi tiwa. Now, ẹ jẹ́ ká ka article yìí díẹ̀. We still have some other interesting articles. Sheikh Ahmed Gumi, the controversial Islamic cleric and self-styled bandits. Wanted to qualify it dáadáa. Self-styled bandit mediator has warned that killings by Fulani bandits will not end in the country unless they are compensated with amnesty, money, and lands. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ sọ fún Pa Adébánjọ tí wọn ò bá lè kàwé mọ́ àtàwọn àtàfẹ́nifẹ́re wọn kí wọ́n lọ gba ẹni tó bá lè ka ìwé fún wọn tó dẹ̀ lè analyse tó good analytically tó lè analyse nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́lọ́. We're not talking about, yes, nǹkan tó bá jọra la fi wéra. We're going to talk a bit about what happened in the past. Àwa gbé padà wá sí ìsìn. You know the kind of life our leaders are living. They are still living in the past. And as long as they continue to live in the past, they will never ever move forward in life. They have been stagnated, their mind, their brain, their thinking, what was stagnated. They have become so, how will I call it? They are so shocked in mind. They are so narrowly minded. They cannot think beyond their shell. They don't see beyond their shell. How can you compare Nigeria of the present day with Nigeria of 1950s? Ẹ̀wòye decades tó ti wà láàrin now and 1950s. Look at the development, the rapid development we made in Yoruba land compared to what is happening now. Oh my goodness. Now, they fail to bring the experience of the past to the present so that wọ́n lè build the proper future fún àwọn ọmọ wọn. But gbogbo nǹkan tó wà ní past yẹn, they still want to continue to live that analogical the analog lives tí wọ́n live in the past. People are moving forward, but they are retrogressing. People are progressing. Other countries are progressing, but they are trying to retrogress. Ṣé yẹn ni wọ́n ẹ̀yin pè ní leader yín ní Yorùbá? You are just deceiving yourselves, because these people are not stagnated like you. They are not stagnant. They continue to plan by the day. Kí ni next line of action? Kí ni nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe? The self-appointed bandits government mediator stated that the killing are attaining an alarming height because the bandits were not given land and money. He said this was the reason other attempts to broker peace in the past did not yield any results. How can you come to my house and you are asking me to give you my house? Otherwise you're going to kill me. And you think it's going to be possible to give you my land, what belongs to me, what I inherited from my father, from my ancestors, and I have the right to it. And you are telling me to hand it over to you, whether I like it or not. Otherwise you're going to kill me. And some people are sitting down there, sitting down at their comfort zone, talking nonsense, jargons. Ọ̀rọ̀ jáde ní gbòòrò ẹnu. Bàámi mi kú àrò, ẹ ṣeun púpọ̀. Thank you so much for your message. Mọ̀mí Alákàbọ́lá, only well done sir. Yoruba nation not going back. As time we Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho, it's not a criminal, Baba Ijinle. God will be your strength in Jesus' name. Amen. Now, Shegumi made this known through a Facebook live streaming session monitored by EON's intelligence on Tuesday. He also added that the bandits can only be pacified to embrace peace through religion. I think I'll be so happy if you can expatiate on that. Through religion as what? To also give them our own religion? Or what? The cleric said what the government had been doing in the past was that sometimes the government would just give them bandits $1 million or $2 million and get their weapons without even looking at how they survive. But what about the people they kill? Have you ever think about them? Recall that Sheikh Gumi and his links had in the past compared the Fulani bandits to the Niger Delta agitators. He urged the federal government of Nigeria to create a ministry to address the challenges of the bandits, the same way late President Umaru Yar'Adua did for the Niger Delta militants. If our leaders are daft, we are not daft. Now, if Gumi is alive today and if it's opportune to listen to this program, if he thinks that our leaders are daft, let me prove to him that we are not daft, we the youths. If he thinks that our leaders are fools enough to believe whatever he says, we the young ones are not fools. If he thinks that our leaders are stupid enough to respect them and to be afraid of them with the way they are killing our people, maiming, raping, we, the young ones, are not stupid. We know the difference between the darkness and the light. We know the difference between the right and wrong. Now, let me tell Gumi the difference between the bandits and the South Avengers then. The South Avengers were fighting for what belongs to them. They were fighting for their rights. Because you go to their land, you destroy their land, you pollute their water. They cannot go to farm again to farm because you have already destroyed their land. They couldn't go to the farm and they couldn't fish. And you're extracting their oil without giving back to them, without developing their community. So how do you expect them not to react? That was what led to the South Avenger then. But what is happening now in Nigeria is completely opposite. Is how will I put it? Is inversely proportional to what happened in the southern, the south. Then the bandits came from nowhere and start killing the indigenous people of that particular country, requesting and asking for their land, and for them to be compensated on top of what? So how do you expect me to give my land to you when I do not owe allegiance to you? We are not from the same background, we are not from the same family, we are not from the same region, we are not from the same community, we are not from the same tribe. Can surface all of a sudden, and you are requesting with commanding tone that if you do not give me your land, I am going to kill you, and I am going to maim you, and I am going to take over the land. Does that make any sense at all? Mami Tunde Femi, Eshim Puposa, God bless you. I just pity our leaders sometimes when I think about what is going on in the country. Look at the Igbo leaders now. They are fighting hard to make sure that they release Kanu. But look at our leaders in the south, in the southwest. Recently, Larry Oni of Ife tó ń sọ pé ọba ń sọ̀sọ̀kúsọ ni nípa Sunday Igboho. And this is the person that is trying to remove you from this bondage. You think you have money today that you are not in bondage? Full bondage, complete one, total bondage. Ṣé báwọn bàbá yín ṣe ń ṣe lélẹ̀ wọn á fi orí àpèrè lẹ̀ wọn á lọ máa bẹ̀bẹ̀ l'Abuja? Does it even speak good of you? That's not a good quality. You are not portraying that good quality there. You are just, it really abased your dignity to be going to Abuja láti lọ máa bẹ̀ president. Ó yẹ kẹ́ jókòó sórí àpèrè kẹ́ command the president kí president wá bá yín. That is how it should be. Sheikh Gumi's call has, however, been met with the consistent disapproval by Nigerians from various quarters. Some have wondered why a so-called religious leader is not looking at the bandit issue from a humanitarian angle. They wonder why he is not more concerned about the displaced, the maimed, and the dead victims of their activities. It is not known why so-called cleric is on the side of the aggressor as against the widowed, orphaned, permanently maimed, or those who lost their lives. The Kaduna State Governor, his Borno State counterpart, 7 senators and some other prominent northerners in particular, and Nigerians in general, have called on federal government to disregard the cleric and his claims. They are of the opinion that Fulani bandits mercilessly killing, kidnapping, raping, and maiming Nigerians on a daily basis deserve no amnesty or compensation under any guise. And so on and so forth. And so on and so forth. This is it today. You are asking for restructuring, and Nigerian government is giving your people condition. The people that are fighting for their freedom, Nigerian government is giving them condition to negotiate their freedom. Either drop this agitation or remain there. And you are still calling for restructuring. This article came out yesterday, November 11, 2021. And you are calling for restructuring of Nigeria. You are not calling for the integration of the country. Wọ́n ní bí apá ò bá ṣe ṣán èèyàn máa ń ka lérí ni. Why don't you learn from Southern Sudan? Why don't you learn from the North Korea? Why don't you learn your lesson from what happened in the past and what is happening now, and be fear of what is going to happen tomorrow to your people, especially when you are no more? Then, Shema Weyo, and you'll be calling yourself a fulfilled man. This life is a stage where every man must play a part. Irú part wo lẹ́yìn play Afẹ́nifẹ́re? Ẹ jẹ́ kórúkọ ròyìn ẹlẹ́fẹ́ àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá fẹ́rẹ̀, but you are still putting them more in into the bondage. You are dipping them there. Come and continue. The federal government has said it may consider negotiating with the two secessionist leaders, Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho, in order to resolve the crisis surrounding separatist agitations in the country. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami disclosed this in Abuja while addressing reports. This is part of it. Minister of Justice, ṣó yẹ kó máa sọ nǹkan báyìí, ṣe bó yẹ kó wà neutral, but he's taken the position of the federal government of Nigeria. Why people are suffering? He stated that the federal government is willing to negotiate with Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu, but on conditions. And what are the conditions? These are the conditions. The duo are currently in detention, blah, 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 and whatever, on conditions. Whew. Nigeria must be restructured. This is it. Another restructuring. This is the reason Nigeria must be restructured, Abi. When the bandits send strong warning to federal government, ask soldiers to vacate Plateau community ahead of planned massive attack. October 29, this came out. We are coming to kill these people. We are coming to carry out a heavy attack, deadly attack on this community. Therefore, Nigerian government, tell the soldiers, warn them to vacate the community so that they can give us free access to the community, to kill, to maim, to destroy, to rape, as we like. So give them free access. And you are calling for the restructuring of that country. Anybody that is calling for restructuring of Nigeria doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't even know what he's saying at all. Nibiti bandit. Now, having said this, Nigerian government will say anything up till today. Won't say anything lórí. The next thing temari ni wípé these people will come, they will attack, and with no resistance ló máa jẹ́. They are given the federal government condition, and Gumi is there defending them. And Nigerian government keeps silent. Bandits send strong warning to federal government. As soldiers of Ake Plateau community are ahead of planned massive attack. Government have asked troops of the Nigerian army to vacate their post around a village in Miango, Basa local government area, Plateau State. A company of soldiers were recently deployed to the area following reported attacks on the villagers by gunmen. The troops working under the Army's Operation Safe Havens OPSH had in the past 2 months stopped the attackers from invading the villagers. Insiders knowledgeable about the operation told the cable that the attackers had written to the villagers asking them to inform the troops to leave their location as they plan to attack the community once again. Nigeria. We strategically put our troops in a border area between the village and the mountains from which their attackers come from, one of the sources said. Hope you are enjoying it. Orílẹ̀-èdè tí bàbá yín lòun fẹ́ restructure nìyẹn.